Tokyo, the capital of silence. There's this strange feeling in Tokyo. In reality, you are never truly alone. There will always be someone around you. On the train, on the sidewalk, directly beneath the neon lights. Yet, within this overwhelming crowd, you may have never felt so invisible. Tokyo is one of the largest metropolitan areas in the world. Every day, millions of people move in flawless synchronization, like gears inside a massive machine. But here, physical proximity does not mean emotional connection. Distance is accepted as a rule of politeness. Silence is what is considered normal. Loneliness has quietly and professionally infiltrated the system in Tokyo. This city is often considered perfect. Trains arrive without losing a second. You won't find a single piece of trash on the streets. Crime rates are among the lowest in the world, almost non-existent. Everything functions at every moment with mechanical precision. It is as if Tokyo was not designed for complex emotional human beings, but by engineers seeking flawless efficiency. The flow is uninterrupted and order is absolute. However, this impeccable perfection carries an unseen and undeniable cost. Life in Tokyo is built on structure. Order comes before feelings, harmony before individuality. From childhood, people are taught not to disrupt the balance, not to speak loudly, not to disturb others, not to stand out too much within the crowd. This social contract produces extraordinary continuity, but it also creates impenetrable distance. Working in the same office for years without truly knowing the colleague at the next desk is not considered a failure. Here it is normal. Boarding the same train every morning without exchanging a single word is necessary for the system's continuity. In a city disorderly, any uncontrolled emotion is perceived as a risk. People restrain themselves, they adapt their reactions and desires to fit society's expectations. Tokyo did not invent loneliness, but it has made it systematic and functional. Small apartments, long working hours, and silent commutes are the physical reflections of this system. Many employees return home after midnight on the last train. The destination is often nothing more than a narrow room designed to meet basic needs. Minimal furniture, microwave-heated convenience meals, and a single bed. There is no one to talk to, only the cold light of screens illuminating the room. For some, the only escape from this system is complete withdrawal. In Japan, individuals known as hikikomori remain inside their rooms for months, sometimes even years. A closed door severs social ties, and the internet as the only bridge to the outside world. This is less an individual depression and more an involuntary response to the immense pressure created by the system. Those who cannot keep up with society's pace or meet its expectations choose to erase their presence entirely. Like a silent protest, they retreat into their rooms. In another story of the city, there are the elderly. Japan is among the fastest aging societies in the world. In Tokyo, thousands of elderly individuals continue to live alone in small apartment units. Some pass away unnoticed for weeks. This is called kodokushi, or lonely death. There's no violence, no dramatic noise, only a deep and disturbing silence. In the middle of a city where millions live and lights never go out, the end of a life is sometimes discovered days later by an odor or unpaid bills. The city does not disrupt its flow. The system prepares for the next day as if nothing happened. Yet Tokyo is also remarkably successful at producing technological solutions to replace fading human connections. When human connection weakens, the system fills the gap with commercial services. In Tokyo, you can rent a friend. You can hire a fake partner for dinner or a family member to accompany you to an important event. Single-person bars designed for solitary customers, paid listeners who simply sit and hear you talk, exist on nearly every corner. Technology does not eliminate loneliness here, it merely makes it manageable. Millions of people form emotional attachments to digital characters, becoming part of this controlled intimacy. In a relationship built with software intelligence, there is no risk of rejection. The chaos, disappointment, or responsibility that comes with a real relationship does not exist in this system. Everything is clean, efficient, and safe. Yet it is equally mechanical. Instead of carrying one another's vulnerability, people turn towards sterile, artificial bonds that eliminate vulnerability altogether. Because forming a real connection may be seen as a waste of time in Tokyo's relentless pace. Standing for just one night at Shibuya Crossing, the busiest pedestrian intersection in the world, makes this clearer. Thousands of people cross simultaneously in flawless synchronization. No one collides, no one shouts. Eye contact is rare. From the outside, it may look like an extraordinary display of social unity. In reality, each individual remains inside their own mental bubble, headphones on, eyes fixed on their phones, physically shoulder to shoulder, yet emotionally miles apart. Tokyo does not push anyone into loneliness. It simply makes independence far easier and more comfortable than attachment. You do not need your neighbor to survive. You do not need a social circle to meet your needs. Vending machines and digital services can fulfill almost everything. The system allows it, perhaps even encourages it. And when a city functions this well, people begin to function as independent units as well. Tokyo is not a broken city. On the contrary, it is an excessively functional one. Perhaps that is what makes it dangerous. When a city places efficiency above all else, human imperfections and spontaneous emotions move to the background. When harmony becomes paramount, reality is filtered and refined. When stability becomes the ultimate goal, vulnerability is perceived as a risk. Tokyo whispers an uncomfortable truth to the modern world. Loneliness does not require failure or poverty. Loneliness can exist at the center of great success. It can easily find its place within wealth, security, and a perfectly functioning order. When you stand in the center of Tokyo at midnight, the city does not pause for you. Thousands of lives flow past you, each one carrying its own silent struggle, living by its own rules. The lights remain on, trains continue to run, vending machines keep operating. This massive machine is optimized to continue functioning even if each individual component remains alone. Tokyo may be showing us the true outcome of modernization. Perhaps this is not unique to Tokyo. Perhaps Tokyo is simply a preview of the direction modern cities are heading, a future that is more efficient, more secure, and digitally connected but emotionally distant. As we make cities flawless, we slowly lose the genuine human contact that once grew from imperfections. Clean streets and punctual trains cannot satisfy the human need to be truly seen by another person. The question is not why Tokyo feels so lonely. The real question is how we remain human within the perfectly functioning systems we continue to build. Modern life offers comfort and independence, but in return, it quietly demands isolation. Tokyo is the brightest and most orderly form of that isolation. Beneath its neon lights, this metropolis reminds us how easy it is to become invisible within a crowd. The most dangerous loneliness is not being alone in an abandoned place. It is living unnoticed among millions, inside a perfectly operating system. Tokyo continues to prove this silent truth every day, every second, without ever shaking. For deeper analysis, subscribe to Off the Map. Until the next story, Beyond the Map.